In this report, I'll share how some of you may be able to retire on $1,014 per month in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. First, I share my estimated cost of living for 2 people in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Then I'll cover my retirement livability factors such as walkability, food, social considerations, things to do, weather, visa, real estate. We'll cover the other 2 popular cities with retirees over the next few weeks, 𝗤𝗎 and 𝗂𝐵𝗏. Subscribe so you won't miss those. But today we're talking about Puerto Plata. In a moment I'll discuss the cost of living in Puerto Plata. But first I want to answer the question, who would love to live in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic? How is it different from the other cities we cover in the Dominican Republic? If you would love to live in a mid-sized colonial-era city of about 400,000 people in the Caribbean that's not completely focused on tourists, then Puerto Plata might be for you. Since life doesn't completely revolve around tourists, it's more capable of feeling like a normal town. It is true that during high season you'll be sharing Puerto Plata with another 100,000 tourists, but the town is large enough at 400,000 that there are whole neighborhoods where you will experience a more local life than you will in the smaller tourist towns like Las Terrenas, 𝗤𝗎, and 𝗂𝗓𝗏. And if you're single, there's a larger population of locals for you to fall in love with. Whereas in the more touristy towns, you're more likely to find other tourists that will be gone in a week or 2, or ladies of the evening, which I don't recommend. Whereas in Puerto Plata, you have people living their everyday life. Also, with a large local population, there are more restaurants that are frequented only by locals, which generally means lower prices than the restaurants frequented almost entirely by tourists. There's even a nightlife where you will see almost no tourists. So if you want to live in a town with more locals and fewer tourists, more people to mingle with and get to know, more businesses that are accommodating the generally lower incomes of locals, then Puerto Plata might be right for you. Cost of living in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Here's my estimated cost of living for 2 people in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. Rents. First, here's a furnished apartment I found on Airbnb a few days ago for $397 per month. This $397 per month includes utilities and internet, but not the commission to Airbnb or the cleaning fee. But I think if you met the landlord at the property while you were in town, you could get it even cheaper if you offered to stay for 6 months or 12 months. They may discount a little because they would eliminate all vacancy while you were there for 6 to 12 months. It's not unusual for an Airbnb landlord to experience a 20 or 30% vacancy, so maybe you should ask for even more of a discount. I also think this because a few expats have 1-bedroom apartments for in the range of $200 to $300 per month plus utilities. But I would wait until I'm on the ground there before making any offers so I could test the internet speed and check out the neighborhood before making a long-term deal. But for this estimated cost of living, I'll just assume you can get a 10% discount on this rent. 10% of the $397 is $39 per month, so my estimated rents will be $358. Remember, that includes utilities. Here is the Airbnb place advertised for $3 or $397. And by the way, you can click and you can go there and see it. The prices, of course, are dynamic, but you'll at least see the one I'm talking about. Just be aware, I'm not saying this landlord would take the deal. I haven't asked. I'm only saying if you propose this deal to several landlords, someone is likely to accept terms like these because it eliminates vacancy and they would have a long-term tenant guaranteed with no vacancy. Okay, groceries. Based on our time there and the money we spent for groceries, we estimate about $340 per month in groceries. Here are the 2 markets we bought groceries, links provided. Okay, restaurants. If we went out to eat twice per week, once for date night, once for lunch somewhere, we'd spend about $40 per week in restaurants or $160 per month for the 2 of us. We could keep it fun and interesting by doing a few picnics on the beach per week, but we would bring food from home, sandwiches or whatever, so it is included in our estimated cost of groceries. Cell phone data. Mostly we use the internet at home, but we also need internet to access from time to time when we're out of the house for Google searches and other kinds of searches and Google Maps. The cost to recharge per month is about $20. My Android phone will act like a hotspot, so we can both be on the internet at the same time when we're out of the house for $20 a month. Laundry and water. For laundry and water per month, 𝐷 estimates about $40 for drop-off and pickup laundry, and $20, 20-liter water bottles per month is what 2 people need in her estimate. That's what we use. And they're $1 each, so that's $12 a month for laundry. Uber taxi. Puerto Plata is spread out, so you'll need to get bicycles, a scooter, or take an Uber car. Uber averaged $3.50 per ride, which is $7 round trip. 3 trips per week would be $21 per week, or $84 per month. If I stayed for 6 to 12 months, I would buy a bike to eliminate this expense. Alcohol. Local beer called Presidente is 70 cents US for small and $1.10 for a large. That's in stores. In bars and restaurants, those prices are easily double. Bottles of wine start at about $4 in grocery stores. Not everyone drinks, so we show alcohol as an optional expense in the estimated cost of living table on the webpage, link provided. Okay, so the monthly cost: rent $358, groceries $340, restaurants $160, cell $20, laundry $40, water $12, Uber taxi $84 per month. The total is $1,014. If you add alcohol, we estimate $86. You'll have to estimate based on the numbers we gave. It would be $1,100 total. Now, the above cost of living is for 2 people, but it's just an estimate on the low end. For a full understanding of what it would cost you to live here, visit 𝑁𝐵IO Puerto Plata and add anything you spend money on in your home country that's not mentioned in the table. Our costs of living are generally much lower than new traveler because we are great bargain hunters, but there are people that live much cheaper than we do. Never move anywhere until you have visited personally to verify the living costs for your lifestyle needs. I'm not guaranteeing these prices for you. These are just my notes and estimates from the time of our visit in this post. Your costs will likely be drastically different depending on lifestyle and the time since this post. Most expats report spending more money than we are here, than the low-end estimate we're reporting. You'll hear more typical living costs in the range of $1,200 to $2,000 per month. But people spending that much also have higher incomes or pensions. They often spend more on eating out, going out more often, drinking more in bars and local and restaurants. Many also have cars and more expensive apartments. If you're going to retire cheap offshore, make sure to have emergency funds available should you have some unexpected emergencies. To learn more about that, read my report called The 2 Biggest Risks of Retiring Early for Cheap Overseas, and a link provided on the webpage. Okay, Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, livability factors. Here's some of the factors I think about when I consider a place for retirement potential. After I discuss each factor, I'll assign an overall desirability score to Puerto Plata. Walkability, medium. If I were to live in Puerto Plata, I would be able to walk to only some restaurants and markets. The area around the Central Park is very walkable. If I lived in that area, I would only need to take an Uber a few times a week to markets and restaurants not close by. I would also consider getting a bicycle for 𝐷 and I to get around town more quickly, but I would still need an Uber to get groceries home if I have a bunch of bags full. Internet, high. We didn't speed test the internet, but we're able to do Zoom calls, watch Netflix movies, and upload YouTube videos while we're in Puerto Plata. If a certain internet speed is required for your business, I suggest reading my process for finding the perfect apartment as you travel around the world, which fulfills all of your needs. Link provided. Okay, food, medium. With a town this size in the Caribbean, I would expect more international food choices. However, the expat grocery stores have a fairly large selection of foreign food ingredients, so what you can't find in the restaurants, you may be able to find ingredients for and cook at home. Weather, I would say high. Puerto Plata has beautiful weather year-round if you like it on the warm side. There are just 2 seasons in Puerto Plata, the sunny season and the rainy season. The sunny season is November through April, when the nighttime lows average 67 Fahrenheit or 19 Celsius, and the daytime highs average 84 Fahrenheit or 29 Celsius. The muggy rainy season is May through October, when nighttime lows average 73 Fahrenheit or 23 Celsius, and the daytime highs average 89 Fahrenheit or 32 Celsius. The most rain falls in May and October. Things to do, I would say medium. For beach lovers, you have everything: swimming, snorkeling, scuba, kayaking, kite surfing, windsurfing, cooking, partying, yoga, restaurants, gyms, cycling, fishing, painting, writing. The winds seem very good here, but we didn't see as many kite and windsurfers as we did in 𝗂𝐵𝗍𝗍. Watch for that video soon. If you're a beach or an ocean person, you'll not run out of things to do. But if you are also into cultural exploration, there is a little more to do here than the other tourist towns, but you'll still may get bored here eventually if you have strong cultural exploration tendencies. Okay, social considerations. If you live here year-round, there's more to do socially than the smaller tourist towns further east along the beach on the north coast, but you'll need to pick up some Spanish if you expect to integrate with the locals. That will widen your choices of friends and things to do. Expats, medium. There are about 8,000 members of the Everything Puerto Plata Facebook page, link provided. The group has expats and locals, but it is in English, so there's a good chance there are expats that will see your messages. I often go to these kinds of resources to find answers to questions that only an expat would know where to find. But make sure to make friends with both locals and expats for a richer experience living here. I explain why in my report, The Top 10 Mistakes International Retirees Make, link provided. Real estate, hi. Just walking around Puerto Plata and window shopping, we saw one-bedroom condos advertised for sale starting around $60,000 US. But I never recommend buying until you've lived somewhere at least 2 to 3 years. Read why in my Why Retired Expats Should Not Buy Real Estate Overseas to understand why I don't buy outside my home country. I just rent. Visa, hi. Citizens of many countries are given 30 days visa free upon arrival in the Dominican Republic. Many of the expats that come to the Dominican Republic, whether long or short term, routinely overstay their visa and just pay a penalty whenever they leave, at about 100 per year of overstay. Odd sounding, I know. I don't recommend this because I would worry an overstay could end up in some international database and could eventually affect my ability to travel to other countries, even though it's common in the Dominican Republic. Visa rules are always subject to change, so check before you buy your flights. Safety, I would say medium. With regard to safety, I recommend that you only rent a place if it has bars on the windows and doors. This will help prevent the break-in crime that is known to happen in Puerto Plata and other parts of the Dominican Republic. You also need to be aware of pickpockets. Read my report on how to travel the world safely, including in your home country, link provided. That report explains how expats get involved in illegal activities such as prostitutions that put themselves directly in harm's way, no matter where in the world they may be. Puerto Plata desirability score, medium. If you are a beach or ocean person who prefers to be in a mid-sized city of 400,000 people on a white sand beach with turquoise water, with many restaurants, places to shop, and things to do, then Puerto Plata might be right for you. So it all depends on what you're looking for. We next head further east to explore more of the cities along the north coast of the Dominican Republic. Subscribe now and hit the notifications bell so you'll see when we post more videos of places to retire cheap around the world. Thanks for reviewing our Retire Early on 1014 per month in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic report. Make sure to grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 14 Years. Subscribe to Vagabond Buddha or our YouTube channel to watch us move around the world. 14 years, 67 countries so far. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, the YouTube channel for Vagabond Buddha. Thank you for stopping by. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?
Hey, if you liked our video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Any of that would help our business. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Click the link in the notes below this video to get a copy of this content. Plus, grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years. While you're there, check out our catalog of retired cheap reports all over the world. and our hobby income course that we just released. Thanks so much.